Hello, everybody. Good morning, good day, good night, wherever and whenever you're watching my FM Signals info show. My name is still Damir Galic from good old Germany, and you're welcome to another 48 hours technical analysis and synthesis. This morning, Central European time. Of course, I'm choosing a major cross rate, the Euro Pound. So analyze this stuff again. It's still yours. Okay, welcome boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's 0:57 after midnight Central European time on Thursday, the 2nd February 2012. Very interesting development. The first trading day in February, of course, always very volatile and very interesting. Here we've got the Euro Pound, 5 minutes chart, and here we see the start of the week, the last 5 minutes last week, and then we've got sell-off or slightly lower prices, and then yesterday sell-off, and today something like a recovery, and we are trading here round about 0.83118. So very interesting area, and excuse me. Okay, and let's go ahead. I saw some interesting scenarios in this cross rate. The first one, of course, the sell-off last trading day. Interesting. Yesterday or the day before, staying exactly, was the sell-off last trading day in February, then the recovery, and now we are lower prices. We've got lower prices again and slightly above this turnaround formation. Here we see sell-off, and here this short squeeze, if you want, round about 83. So here, but before we go into detail, I'm creating here is the trading sessions, and we see here on the yesterday or last trading session in Europe the recovery, and the day before, even last trading day in January, the sell-off. So, and the consolidation between. So I'm hoping today or tonight we see this perhaps once again a little bit higher. Here the next trading session here, and I'm creating here these two blue lines between between 11:30 and 12:45. This is not Central European time. It's much more JBORG time, yes. So 1 hour ahead. And the reason why I'm trading here is this: tomorrow are some bond actions. Yes, we see here Central European time, Brazil, I don't have the exact data. Then Australia tonight, it's not relevant for this trade tonight. Japan also, take a view on it. And then 10:30 auction in Spain, 3 auctions, bond auctions of course, and 20 minutes later France, 4 bond auctions, and 11:30 British pound auctioned, and Netherlands auction 11:45 Central European time. So by my broker it's still 11:30 or 12:45, and perhaps of course we get some support like today or in the last days or in the start of the week. So that's an hoping or could be a trigger. So by the way, okay, and here are the time frame. So I'm hoping is yesterday last trading session also we've got support. So okay, here in the last day, this was perhaps it's also in my FM Signal today speculation insight. I would prefer the long side. Say it at once. I would prefer the long side. So I'm trading technically and from the bond issue if you want. Excuse me. From the bond issue. Yes, that we've got here. One moment. Yes, now it's out. Thank you. Okay, I'm back online. It's 1:05 Central European time, of course, Thursday morning, and yes, I've got many or some stories in this Cross-Rate. Here, the last trading day. Here, the sell-off. Second is even the bonds, which I showed you for a second. And the third one is here this technical formation, this recovery. So that are the 3 basic reasons why I would prefer the long side even until the end of the week, and next week we will see what will happen then with this trade. So once ahead, I would prefer the long side. Even technical issue here, the sell-off on January, then the recovery between these days, then the support today or yesterday, also from the bond issue, and perhaps at the next trading session in 8-9 hours ahead again. So okay, let's go a little bit in the detail. So okay, here's the basic trends of last week. We see the low of last week here, or not the exactly low, but yes, the last low here last week, and the high. So, and then here we've got something like a triangle, and here this fails break out even yesterday, and then the massive sell-off. So interesting technically formation. So that's the basic technical trend which I'm figuring out how to say in English. Yes. Okay, Here we see on the support line or resistance line, it was a support line here again, support line, and here the resistance, while Europe session after the squeeze out. So interesting formation on the 5-minute chart. Okay, I'm creating also here two moving averages in one. The short one is 3 hours, 36 36 time frame in this case, of course, 3 hours. Or here then the daily average 288 5 minutes or even 1 day. And interesting is we are here nearly across, so this is perhaps is an evidence, in my opinion, for consolidation and perhaps for an outbreak, and even, I said it before, I would prefer the long side. So looks very interesting, very nicely. And if you have enough risk appetite, how do you say in English? Yes, of course, that could be a great opportunity even for the next 48 hours until the end of the week. Let's go a little bit more into detail. So we see here the sell-off once again here on the longer view. Perhaps zoom back, yes. Here on the short side, yes. And here we see a little bit better, or much better. Here we are trading here slightly above the two averages, SMAs, and here slightly lower, and the trading box is of course not so broad like while the European OS session, like here we see in the night before, and even hoping for an outbreak or trading for an outbreak here if we zoom again. So okay, come back, yes, okay. What I'm painting to in this case, if we see this, we see here this the lows, even here on the weekly time frame. Here the lows, I didn't paint it in, I'm painted here also like a triangle. Here the lows were by my broker at 0.8280, and that would be for me the stop for this trade, even 50 pips, but later to this. So that, yes, that would be the last stop. And interesting for me, of course, you can if you don't have so risk appetite like, yes, I'm painting here this triangle, and you can also take the stop here by 0.83 if you want, but analyze this stuff again, it's still yours. So okay, and if we zoom this, of course, if we are zooming, we see here that the highs, the resistance, and that could be perhaps tomorrow, or should be the first target. The second target, if we are above this, then we have a very cool space, very enough space here about this, but step by step, that should be the first one. And I wouldn't wondering if we are trading not above this or between this, perhaps on Friday, when we have good data good news and now impacts against the euro, of course, in this case. Okay, zoom again. Here we're trading this, or we are watching here the how to say, the SMAs. Yes, very smart, very between, and interesting for me, of course, too. I'm creating here so here. Yes, okay. I'm creating here two lines again. So here the upside trend from today, the first high, the high even at midday, European time of course, and midday New York. So here and the first low was here even about 0.8313, and we're trading a little bit lower. So I'm creating here something like an, how to say, aquarium if you want, and where we can fish this cross rate round about this price proudly above the 0.83 line. Perhaps we could create this box a little bit lower. I'm creating here yes. So okay, and that should that is for me a buy area to come to the end. It's for me a buy area, and even of course the hope or the trade for upside prices. I'm creating here, of course, at 5:15. Here the time frame, because here are the cross or the end of the triangle. So I wouldn't wondering if we have here long while prices, price action, not much action. Then 1 or 2 hours later, European session will starting, and then we will see much more volatility in this cross rate. Okay, perhaps for the end, bigger picture here. So yes, perhaps I should for a better time frame 550. That's the end of the of this triangle here. Yes, perhaps the same color should be not violet, not dark. Okay, here we see, and that's even the point of the first lows and the highs of midday Central European time, midday New York, and the lows here. So we that here until that I wouldn't accept much higher prices, but I would take the stop. Yes, many traders sending me where I put the job, but analyze this stuff again. I don't want to. It's only my opinion. It's not a prediction. I make this free of cost in the future when I will creating an yes, will make this with a subscription. Then I will give you perhaps if you want my opinion where I would create a stop on target, but analyze the stuff again, it's still yours. I will give you a signal, even long or short side. The risk management is your own personality. Fang. That's your job. Yes. How do you say in English? Yes. It's your job. Here to come to an end today. It's at oh, 0.83. So if you have enough risk appetite, you can take the stop here. Here I would take the stop for this trade. These are 12 pips, and 12 pips, so it's enough space for the downside. If the price falls down, of course, use the stop, or if you have more risk appetite, hoping for comeback, and then however, I would still prefer the long side until the end of the week. But to know if not data comes out or impacts of the euro crisis, of course. Interesting, what I didn't saw or sawing right here right now is here the highs of the last trading sessions. Perhaps here, guys, here the high, and here the high. Let's take a look how it looks like. Oh, that was the first. And here. So interesting, very interesting. Yes, here live. 1:20 Central European time. That interesting idea. And that trend lines, of course, by the end, when we are in, then we could the end of the week to okay, is enough space. Okay, great. We see here the lines on the Monday and Tuesday. Here the black line, the first one Monday and Tuesday highs, the second Tuesday Wednesday highs. So we've got perhaps two target areas. Yes, perhaps if we'll have a good day, so that could be here time space target for tomorrow. However, don't forget to stop. Perhaps I'm seeing too much or watching too much in this currency, and prepare once again for tomorrow. Tomorrow the bond actions, it will be interesting, or another evidence how how it will going on with the crisis. By the way, I'm twittering too. I'm twittering also some basic informations about the EFSF in the last hours, and I want to tell you I will not twittering this week anymore. I don't have time for this. I've got to do some homeworks, of course, some other things, and I will give you a technical analysis and synthesis for the last 24 hours, even in 24 hours for Friday. So by the way, wish you the best, and take care, take respond. I'm Owen out.